Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. I want to highlight both of the Steam free weekends that are going on right now. I really need to start covering these on the Thursday that they go live so you guys have as much time possible to actually try these games out during their free weekend period. So that's what I'm going to be offering to you guys today. Also, Steam trading cards are getting some changes, so I want to quickly go over that. And at the end of this video, I want to highlight a couple of recent Steam releases that might have gone under your radar a little bit, maybe titles to add to your wish list before they get lost in the ether that is the Steam catalog. You know, a lot of these games get released and then the following week they're completely forgotten about. In the case with these games, there are some more notable titles, so we'll go over those at the end of this video. First off, the free weekends this week are pretty great. Space Engineers is getting out of early access and now it is a full release. It's available for $19.99, actually on sale for the weekend as well, available for $15.99, and with its official release, you are getting to play the game for free for the weekend. If you don't know what Space Engineers is, it's a sandbox game about engineering, construction, exploration, and survival in space and on planets. Players build spaceships, space stations, planetary outposts of various sizes and uses, pilot ships, and travel through space to explore planets and gather resources to survive. Yet another survival game. With the space setting, it's a pretty interesting title. I should also note that there is a 4-pack available that'll get you 4 copies of the game for the price of 3, so if you have a couple of friends that you want to split the price with, you can do that as well. But the game has been received very positively. Over 50,000 reviews are posted and 87% of that has been positive. For those of you that have the game in early access, of course, now you'll have the official release, but for those of you that never checked it out, now you can play the game free for the weekend, so give it a look. Not a game that I'm too familiar with. Survival games aren't really my cup of tea, but I know they still have a large fan base and they're promoting the hell out of Space Engineers right now. It's all over Steam. It's got the big banner up there, so cool to see that game being a relatively big success. Moving on from that, Deep Rock Galactic is also seeing a free weekend, and with its free weekend, you can save 25% off on the game. It's available for $18.74. Regular price is $24.99. This is an early access game that isn't coming out of early access just yet. Deep Rock Galactic is a 1 to 4 player co-op first-person shooter feat badass space dwarves, 100% destructible environments, procedurally generated caves, and endless hordes of alien monsters. You can work together as a team to dig, explore, and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. You will need to rely on your teammates if you want to survive the most hostile cave systems in the galaxy. With it supporting up to 4-player co-op, it also makes sense that there's 4 unique classes in the game. You pick the right class for the job, mow through enemies as the gunner, scout ahead, and light up the caves as the scout, chew through solid rock as the driller, or support the team with defensive structures and turrets as the engineer. Game is a little bit more on the difficult side to run. You will need an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 or an R9 290. That is at least what's being recommended, but you can check out the game free for the weekend, and then you can buy it to own at a little bit of a discount, again, available for $18.74. So as far as free weekend offerings go, these are pretty great. Space Engineers has a lot of attention surrounding it right now. Even though it's a game that I myself am not too invested into, I know that objectively, this is a game that a lot of you guys will want to check out, and Deep Rock Galactic also looks like a pretty interesting game, so you can check that out for the weekend as well. Okay, so moving on from that, Steam is going through some more changes, and this time, changes are coming to Steam trading cards. This post was put out in the official Steam group just a little while ago. Badge crafting and inventory performance changes. I'll read the post for you guys. We've made some changes to badge crafting and improvements to inventory page performance. Here's what's changed. Sale badges remain craftable after cards expire, provided you had enough cards in your inventory when the cards expired. If you forgot to craft at the end of a past sale, now's your chance. When crafting a badge, you can now craft multiple levels at once. The mobile view of the inventory page should load much faster, and the find as you type filter for inventory should perform better. I've always noted that the inventory was pretty terrible on Steam. I don't know what caused the long loading times, but it looks like that has been remedied. There are also some changes being implemented for viewing very large inventories. They specifically note more than 1,000 items. In general, large inventories should load much faster when first viewing the inventory page, and results for the find as you type filter should appear immediately, with more results appearing as inventory items load in the background. When turning items into gems or selling items on the market, instead of automatically reloading, the used items will be grayed out. When you're done, there's a button to refresh the inventory with the results. This makes it a bit faster when turning multiple items into gems. Couple of other nitty-gritty details that they note: crafting badges from past sales won't drop coupon sales cards for other sales or any of the sale-specific items they drop during the sale. Crafting multiple levels at a time is limited to 100 at a time. When crafting more than 5 levels at a time, the animation will only show 5 sets of cards. The results screen will still show all the items obtained. Steam trading cards I always thought were one of the cooler additions to Steam. I always love things like achievements, trophies on consoles. Obviously, Steam has achievements, but I thought trading cards add just another layer of engagement towards specific games games, and now the majority of games these days released on Steam do have trading cards. So that's pretty cool to see, and just wanted to take you guys through those changes. Alright, and lastly, I do want to go over some recently released Steam titles that have piqued my interest, and games that while you might not want to pick up right away day one, they are games to add to your wishlist. First up, we have the Ubisoft published Trials Rising. Trials is a franchise that I'm a big fan of. I know for a lot of people they're a little bit too challenging, and yes, I find that challenge, but I also find that the game's incredibly addicting, incredibly engaging, and the great thing about Trials Rising, that there's a big creation component to the game as well, so you can create a bunch of different levels, and that really adds a lot of longevity to the game. Specifically, they note that you can create and share unique levels in Track Central using over 10,000 items available. Possibilities are endless, and so is the fun. You can ride all over the world, ride challenging tracks around the world from the Great Wall of China and New York City to the Eiffel Tower and everywhere in between. Trials is a game that at this point I think you've either become a fan or you haven't been completely sold on it, and you're probably never going to be won over by it because the fundamental gameplay does stay intact, but I think there's a lot of engagement to Trials Rising at this point. And the Trials games and franchise as a whole, I find that to be one of those series you can constantly go back to, constantly play it, and it offers a fun time whenever. Trials Rising just released a few days ago. It is going for $24.99. There's a gold edition as well for $39.99, kind of pricey. One to probably add to your wish list and then check out on a sale. Here's a game that caught me completely by surprise. I had no idea it was coming out. Touhou Luna Nights. I don't think a lot of you guys knew about it either, but it's a Metroidvania game and it released back on February 25th, and over the last few days, a bunch of reviews have been posted, 580 user reviews in the last 30 days, and 96% of them have been positive. The game has a very old school look to it, so for some people that might be a little off-putting, but say you played games on the Super Nintendo, it's gonna be right up your alley. Now, the issue might be the price point for a lot of you guys. It is 20% off for a launch discount. It's $14.39, but a game to definitely add to your wishlist. Reminds me of games like Axiom Verge, and I was a big fan of that. Metroidvania games I just generally really enjoy. Again, from a presentation and aesthetic standpoint, it might turn some people off from the get-go, but I know for some of you guys, you are gonna find some interest in it. Again, another game to add to your wishlist. And lastly, this is a game that just released today. I found this through Reddit, and it's a little game called Epal. Epal was a game published by Devolver Digital, and they've been putting out some great games. It's the top-down indie action game with a ton of gore, a ton of violence, and it's described as a widely intense and colorfully stylized smash-em-up about primal escape, rhythmic violence, and frenetic jazz. Build up nearly unstoppable momentum and use your captors as both weapons and shields to crush everyone on your procedurally generated path to freedom. This is a game that reminds me a little bit of Hotline Miami, just based on the gore and the stylistic presentation. The presentation is very original, and it's definitely got a pretty trippy look to it. It's available for $14.99. There's only 19 Steam reviews posted thus far, but it is 94% positive, so 18 of those reviews were a thumbs up, only one was a thumbs down. $15 might be a little bit steep of a price point. This is a game that easily I could see down the line being a part of a Humble Bundle. I believe Devolver Digital has done their Humble Bundles before, so in the future they might do another one. They might throw this game in a Humble Monthly, but a game to keep your eyes on if it is, say, 75% off in a future sale. A game that I will definitely be checking out just for its cool presentation style. And that's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, the free weekends on Steam this week are pretty great. Space Engineer as well as Deep Rock Galactic, two pretty interesting games, and two games that are really accentuated when you play with a couple of friends, and since they are having free weekends, you can convince all your friends to check it out too. Steam trading cards are getting some changes. Again, one of those elements that I really dig about Steam, so cool to see them continuing to improve that. And again, some games to add to your wish list: Trials Rising, Touhou Luna Nights, and about 3 games that I imagine are gonna go a little bit under the radar within the next week or two. They're gonna be forgotten about, but if you add them to your wish list, if they do go on sale, they'll be right there for you to pick up. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. If you have a request for a future video, you can always leave that in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.